Welcome to the Japan Game Junk podcast. I'm so happy and thankful that you're here. And welcome back to the Japan Game Junk podcast, the best podcast, the supreme podcast, the podcast of podcasts. And today I'll talk a bit about a place visited on the 16th of June, 2025. This is the Hard Off store, which I always thought was in Noda City, but is actually in Kasukabe City of Saitama, but near Noda City. Kasukabe has, I believe, 2 or 3 different Hard Off stores. This is the one that is closest to Noda City on Route 16. So first of all to note is that this store has a problem with bugs. In the summer when it gets hot, there are so many insects around the front entrance, it clouds your vision, and you have to really run through that and brush yourself off after you get inside. It's not very pleasant. But once you get inside, there are many things to note of deals, such as for 6,000 yen, you can get a Super Famicom Mini, the Super Famicom Classic console. No box, but otherwise with everything included for 6,000 yen, which is about what it cost when it was first new. And there's a siren going off outside, hopefully not hearable by you. For 2,000 yen, they had a Super Famicom wireless controller system. This was from Vision. I don't know if that's a major brand at the time, but it had slow-mo and turbo controls and an infrared remote system, so you'd have to really aim your controller at the infrared receiver and hope that it would register your inputs. But if you want to have one of these, they had it for 2,000 yen. For a mere 1,000 yen was a good-looking Sega Saturn controller, a gray controller. Just the controller on its own, but it looked very good at a price that typically you don't find these days, 1,000 yen. Inuyasha, the animation series, but made for the WonderSwan Color. Complete in box for 1,500 yen. This is a very common game, it's not hard to find, but complete and in box for that price might be a bit cheaper than usual. The Nintendo Switch handle controller for Switch or for Windows. But yeah, the steering wheel, it's got the, you play it with your Mario Kart and stuff. It has the Mario logo design on it. It's from Hori. It's 4,500 yen. No box, but still pretty good price. For only 1,000 yen each, 2 fighting games for Super Famicom I've played on the channel before. Go look them up. There's Battle Blaze and Dead Dance. Dead Dance would be released as Tough Enough in the West, and they're both terrible. But there's still 1,000 yen for the cartridge if you want to get them. For 1,500 yen, you can get the Ranma 1/2 game for PC Engine. This is the adventure game that I did an entire playthrough on my live videos section on the YouTube channel, so go look at that. A bit wistful, I saw Area 88 for Super Famicom. This was a launch game in the US, but in the US it was renamed to UN Squadron. It is a side-scrolling game, and it's the second game I ever played because I got my Super Nintendo system in 91, I think it was, and it came with Super Mario World, but there was the video store near me which rented games, and I rented UN Squadron because it was one of the few games they had in stock after the Christmas season, and I played that as my second ever game. That was 2,500 yen, by the way. For 8,000 yen, there's Burning Paper for Game Boy, just the cartridge, but it's a weird game I'd never played before. Burning Paper, kind of a weird name. They did have a Sega Saturn unit to use with your controller that was 1,000 yen before. Only the unit though, so you'd have to get your AV cables, which you can still get new in Japan very cheaply, and you get your figure of 8 power cable as well. So all of that can be very easily available, and the unit itself only 3,000 yen for the white Saturn. It did say that the CD pickup was kind of weak, so it plays games with no problem, but audio CDs have problems sometimes. But who gets a Saturn to play audio CDs? 3,000 yen's kind of good these days. For 2,000 yen, There is a Famicom that works. There you go. It's an original Famicom that works, 2,000 yen. For only 500 yen, you can get a PC Engine 5 controller adapter unit. These are incredibly common, but it looks pretty, and for only 500 yen, that's pretty good these days. And the last thing to note, they had many cases of Famicom House cartridge plastic cases. And so Famicom House was an old used game shop, an old Famicom shop. And these kind of shops, they would often have their own branded cases to sell used games if it didn't have the box. And this hard off store happened to have about 10 or 15 of these Famicom House, probably 20, more than 20, probably 30-year-old used game shop plastic cases to put your Famicom games inside. I was kind of tempted to get one, but I thought if I got one, I'd want to get all of them, and I didn't want to get all of them, so I didn't. Each one was 300 yen. And that's it. That's everything that I saw there at the Hard Off in Kasukabe on the 16th of June, 2025. It's not the best Hard Off as things go. It is connected to a book off that has the modern games, and Hard Off only has the retro games. But if you're in the area and you're in a car, then stop on by. It's definitely not worth the visit if you don't have a vehicle. And that's all. Thanks for listening. Goodbye to you, and remember that you are a superstar. That is what you are.